Have you ever wondered why someone can have it all? The great job, the fancy degree, the big salary, and still feel like something's missing? Well, today we're going to dive right into that gap. We're going to explore how to build a life of real purpose, one that goes way beyond the usual checklist for success. Think about it. As parents, as mentors, we're kind of programmed to ask these questions, right? We want to make sure the people we care about have a secure future. But what are we missing in that conversation? The focus is almost always on the what and the how much, and we almost never get to the why. And that really gets to the heart of it. This isn't just some philosophical quote, it's a real, deeply felt thing for so many people. I mean, imagine achieving everything you were ever told you were supposed to, only to find this void inside. That's the silent emptiness we really need to understand and hopefully prevent.
Okay, so let's make this real. Let's talk about Arav. His story is just a perfect illustration of this whole problem. On paper, at just 28 years old, he was the poster child for modern success. He had followed the playbook to a T. But just look at the disconnect here. On one side, you've got all the shiny external stuff, a degree from a global university, a high-paying job. But on the other side, that was his internal reality. He was emotionally numb, totally disengaged from his own life, and questioning absolutely everything. He actually said, "I achieved everything I was told to. I don't know why I'm unhappy."
Now, this is a really, really important way to think about this. Arav didn't fail. The system that defined success for him is what failed. His achievements were just completely out of line with any deeper sense of meaning. So what causes this kind of misalignment? Well, it usually starts in one of two very common but very different environments. First up, let's look at what we can call the achievement machine. This is a world where what you accomplish literally becomes who you are. Your results start to define your entire identity. This system, it runs on one thing: constant measurement. It's all about ranks, marks, who gets selected, and how you stack up against everyone else. Kids who grow up in this kind of environment, they learn a very simple but really dangerous equation: I am my results. And this leads to a psychological state you could call external validation dependency. It's this deep down belief that your value as a human being is tied directly to your last accomplishment or to what other people think of you. So the big takeaway here, the achievement machine can make our self-worth incredibly fragile because it's completely dependent on what's happening on the outside. All right, so now let's flip the script completely and look at the other extreme. The freedom paradox. This place seems like the total opposite of the achievement machine, but you know what? It can lead to the exact same feeling of being lost. This is what happens when you're told you can be anything, and it leaves you feeling like you're nothing in particular. I mean, the promise here sounds amazing, right? Explore everything, question all the rules, follow any path you want. The big mantra is, you can be anything. And while that sounds so liberating, it can also be just unbelievably overwhelming if you don't have some kind of internal framework to help guide those choices. And this brings us to something called choice paralysis. It's that feeling when every single door is open and the fear of picking the wrong one is so intense that you just freeze. You end up standing still, totally unable to commit to any path at all. So the lesson here is that unlimited freedom, without an inner guide, can be just as paralyzing as having no freedom at all. So how do we navigate all this? Whether you feel like you're stuck in that achievement machine or you're lost in the freedom paradox, the way forward really starts with understanding one crucial difference: the difference between purpose and passion. Getting this distinction is so, so important. See, passion is an emotion. It's what you feel. It's amazing, but it comes and goes, right? It fluctuates. Purpose, on the other hand, that's a direction. It's your why. It's the anchor that holds you steady when the emotional storms of passion or boredom or even fear inevitably roll in. You need both, for sure, but purpose is what provides the solid foundation. So, if purpose is the foundation, how do we actually build it? How do we find that direction? Let's get into a really practical guide for creating your own inner compass. I absolutely love this quote because it completely changes the goal. You don't find your purpose like it's some treasure chest buried at the end of a map. No, you build it. It's a tool you create and use to navigate your life's journey, helping you make choices day by day. And here's how you can start building it.
broken down into 3 really clear steps. Okay, step 1. Know yourself. Who are you, really, besides what's on your resume? What do you actually value? Step 2. Find your direction. This is about shifting your focus from what can I get to what can I give? What can I contribute? And finally, step 3. Embrace the journey. This isn't a one and done kind of thing. It takes regular reflection and the humility to accept that you are always, always growing. And all of this, everything we've talked about, it really boils down to one final powerful shift in perspective. It's about changing the fundamental question we ask ourselves and the people we care about.
Our entire culture is pretty much obsessed with this question. This is the question of the achievement machine. It's all about the outcome, the tangible result, the what. But this is the question that can change everything. Why? Why does it matter? This is the question that builds that inner compass. So if there's one insight to take away today, it's this. Whether we're being pushed by a rigid system or we're paralyzed by endless choice, the solution is actually the same. It's about shifting our focus from chasing passion to building purpose. And we do that by knowing ourselves, finding our direction, and embracing the journey. It's not about ignoring achievement, not at all, but it is about grounding it in meaning. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. Why does what you do matter?